And the tip-off is off, so the Westlake Lions get it early. And look at the scrappiness out there. So these girls are ready. It's always a good rivalry to see Westlake against Langston. They're right in each other's backyard. They live very close together, so you gotta love it. So with that said, we had a tough loss with the 9th grade team boys. So let's see what our Lady Lions can do. All right, so a nice lay-in early by the Lions as they're first to get on the board. Let's see if Langston can answer. And, oh, a nice little strip right there. So you gotta love that movement, you know, out here. This is a very hostile and tough environment because, again, both teams got that backyard rivalry, and, you know, it's all love, hopefully, at the end of the day, but everybody's coming out here to show up and show out. All right, so another missed shot by Langston, but they get another attempt. Let's see if they can get it in there. The three-pointer doesn't go. So for the Lady Lions, just looking at them early, number one, they're going to have to get the boards going. So they're going to have to box out and make something happen because, again, they're giving them too many second chance opportunities right there. It was a second, third, and even fourth opportunity. And if they expect to win, they can't do that consistently because right now everybody's getting warmed up. The first couple of shots didn't go in, but I bet a few series down the road, a few possessions down the road, you let him get a little too comfortable, it's going to be a totally different situation. So we'll see how the Lions adjust. The Lions on offense. All right, so not bad ball movement. Got to be a little careful with it. And look at the scrappiness, a takeaway right there. Oh, and we got the first foul of the game. So also the Lions, they can't do that too much early. And that's only one, you know. You get that out the way, go to the line, attempt your points. And there's opportunity, of course, for Langston to finally get on the board. But again, Westlake, they can't do that too much because, again, if you do, you're going to put yourself in a big hole. So the first shot is good. Nice bank shot off of the rim. And now Langston is up for their second shot. If they make this shot, they can tie the game. All right, and they missed that one, and everybody is getting scrappy out there. I mean, it's already chippy. And we're barely a minute or so in the game. Wow, so again, I can't speak enough about the rivalry against these two teams. So we'll definitely see more action like that tonight because, again, everybody is trying to show up and show out. All right, so that one goes out of bounds. It's a turnover, so that's costly for Westlake, you know, because they were off to a decent start with getting on the boards first. But again, that first basket, it really doesn't mean much if you're not able to get a run going. So if I'm Westlake, I'm looking to get a run going, get comfortable, find my spots, and exploit this Langston defense before they get started. All right, so Langston is setting it up. Let's see what they're trying to do tonight. So actually, so far, not too much driving. I spoke too soon. A baseline play, it doesn't go, but that's not a bad play at all, you know. And this is, again, the beginning of the game, so this is one of those times where both teams are kind of feeling each other out. So Langston tried a baseline play. If I'm the coach, I'm going to come back to that because with a more aggressive angle coming at the basket, that can be really successful. Wow, so the long-range shot does not go for Langston, and it looks like it'll be Westlake's ball. So a turnover by Langston. So Westlake is still on top by 1 point. Coach Reeves is urging them to get it together, to get in stride and in rhythm and get some pep in their steps. So we'll see how they adjust. All right, so not bad passing and a made shot by the Westlake Lions. So you always love to see that. Westlake up by 3. Still not much. It's only a 1-possession game so far. And the 3, and oh, it was close. Doesn't go in, but that one was close. So it's another turnover by Langston, and Westlake will get another opportunity to hopefully extend the lead. Uh-oh, Westlake is in a little bit of trouble. They're able to advance it past half court. Oh! So Westlake hasn't made any 3-pointers yet, but this is an opportunity for the first 3-point play. So let's see if the girls can connect at the free throw line and knock this out. And actually, this is one of the first times that Westlake has made it to the free throw line tonight. So let's see if they can get off of there perfect. So that won't happen tonight. And there we go. Uh-oh. So that's a turnover by Langston. A little foot fault, it looks like. So the Lions, they'll have another chance. Oh, and that foot was out of bounds. So this is one thing that I talked about last night in the previous game when Westlake went against whoever it was last night. We've been against so many people this week. But with that said, they can't afford those cheap kind of fouls. And actually last night, it was Tucker. They had a few points in the game where they would steal the ball, then they would get it back and then do something to cough it right back up. And that defeats the whole purpose of getting the ball, you know? You want to do something with it, you want to go somewhere, but when you do that, it takes all of the possibilities away. And tonight, I just hope nobody gets hurt. You love the intensity, but both teams are just jumping around, jumping on piles like this is a football game. All right, so the nice pass on the inside, but you gotta protect the ball. Gotta protect the ball. So far this game, it looks like it's gonna probably be a little lengthy because especially with all of the stops for fouls as well as just getting the game together and on pace, it's looking like that's gonna be an issue tonight. So with that said, you can anticipate a lot of trips to the foul line. And actually, I think this is the third or fourth foul of the game already. So I'm pretty sure both ball clubs will probably be in the penalty soon. So with that said, hopefully we got some strong free throw shooting because that'll be one of the best ways to get ahead tonight. But look at that layup by the Lions. You gotta love that. So with that said, we're taking it back the other way for Langston, and the three-pointer doesn't go. Ooh, that looked like that hurt. So also, this is a young group, and of course they're all still learning. But one thing that we saw the last game that I covered was the blue and white game where the JV squad, they went against each other, one of those teams, and the most important thing that I saw from that was that the ball handling skills for most of the girls, again, they're young, they're still learning, but it just wasn't there at first. So as they matriculate in this program, that's one thing they're gonna have to work on. So after this season, we got maybe 2 or 3 more games. Then of course the season is over and you got AAU that comes up. So definitely with these girls, especially if they want to get good and really carry on the pride of this program, they're gonna have to get in there, put in the hours and make something happen. So can't wait to see them progress. So we're back in the game. The Lions up 8-1 with 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Oh, and a denial. I mean, goodness, that may have been a foul, but you gotta love that intensity. just for somebody to throw it up and then you send it back, that sends a message. So Langston is at the line yet again. So they have a pair of free throws. Let's see if they can get them both. So the first one is no good. So Langston is looking to at least split the pair, because especially if you're at the line, you don't want to be there for no reason. So if you don't make the first one, breathe in, breathe out. It's not that bad, but you got to make the next one. And the second one does not go. So interesting enough, it looks like she's going to have a third attempt. So this one is crucial because Langston, they only have 1 point so far. If they get this one, that's going to put them within 6 points of at least tying the game back up. And the shot is unfortunately no good, but that was the best attempt of them all. And wow. So Langston will get the ball back. And Westlake is adjusting back on defense. And another foul. So mark my words. This is going to be one of those games where the free throw shooting is going to have to be amazing. Because with that said, when you got two teams that are very physical, and again, both teams are still learning the systems, learning how everything goes. But since you have two really, really physical teams, it's going to come down to who can make the most points at the free throw line. So if I'm Langston's coach, I'm definitely going to get into my girls about shooting consistently at the free throw line, because if they made all of those free throws, or at least half of them, they would be very close to at least tying the game right now. All right, and an effort on the inside, and that doesn't go for Langston. And it's a jump ball. So let's see who they give it to. All right, so Langston. So also look at Westlake's position, and there we go. We're on the inside. There we go. That was a nice adjustment, because otherwise, if Westlake's player stayed on the outside, that would have given Langston's player the inside leverage to just simply lay that up, and it would have went the other way. All right, so Langston back at it again. Still down by 7, and a steal by the Lions, but it may have been out of bounds. Let's see how they call it. All right, so Langston gets it again, another crack at it. So nice. So a turnover by Langston. So with those passes, yeah, you want to get it a little high so that the other girls don't intercept it. But at the same time, you got to be aware of where you're throwing it. And definitely with that, it comes down to just that chemistry that these girls will build over the next couple of years. So we're going to look out for that, but definitely that's going to be something to work on for the Panthers. So the Lions back on the offensive. A pass on the inside, and the same thing with those passes. So we're back, and actually, let's see, so Langston has the ball, and oh no, actually it was a changeup, so it looked like they were going to give it to Langston, but Westlake retains possession. Oh, so we had two offensive players in the same spot. Oh, a nice deflection. Are they going to finish the fast break? Oh, they got the foul, and goodness, she is strong. So even though she didn't finish, I'm glad she got back up, because that was a pretty hard foul. All right, so Westlake back at the foul line with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in this first quarter. Let's see what they can do. So the first attempt, this is vital. She makes this will put them up by 8, and it won't. But let's see if she can at least split the pair and make this second attempt. The put the Lions up by 9. I'm sorry, by 8. All right. Crowd is silent, and it doesn't go. And the Panthers get the ball, so we got shot on the, oh, so see, that's what I was saying. Langston, this is only one shot, but they've gotten some time to find their rhythm. So with that said, if I'm Langston, I'm going back to that shot. You know, and you can't go wrong with the mid-range shots. You know, there's such a great combination, especially if you got some strong shooters. But definitely you're going to have a lot of pressure on the inside. But that mid-range, you can find some open shots there. So Langston is trying to figure it out. They haven't really been a team to drive because they really haven't shown the driving ability yet. We got a three-pointer that doesn't go for Langston. And Westlake, oh. I was about to say Westlake had it back, but after a little muscle by Chloe Dow, they decided to give it back to Langston. All right, so Langston passes it to the top of the key, but it's stolen by Westlake. And it doesn't go in yet. Let's see if the Lions can do something with it. So Chloe takes it back out to the outside. So we got some movement, and again, those ball handling skills, they have to get better. But with that said, not a bad attempt at all, because again, as they're learning, one of the hardest things sometimes for a lot of people is controlling the ball. So I can't speak to how important it is to have great ball handling skills, because again, if you can carry the rock around without having to really think about it, then your game gets more sophisticated. So even looking at other players that have played for the Westlake Lions, you got to give it up, of course, to the 4 championship teams. Number one of the greatest ones, the national championship team last year. They had a great point guard in Raven Johnson, and she was a master handler of the ball. So with that, she wasn't just thinking about the basic parts of, am I shooting is right, is my form correct, but it was more about how am I going to do certain things on the offense, and she has been great with that, and she's going to be doing great things at South Carolina. So with that said, the Lions have the ball after a missed attempt for a three-point play. All right, so the girls pass it on the inside, a dribble, and a little too much mustard on that layup, but the Lions get it back. All right, so they got to be poised. And with that layup, so that doesn't go, but it looks like the Lions will get it back. So it doesn't go for the Lions. Oh, she went airborne. So after this game, you gotta love the effort. And these girls, they're gonna have some sore ankles after this, some sore shins after all of that falling. But after something like this, I think it's gonna be worth it. Because again, we keep on saying it, but the rivalry is everything. So with that said, these girls, they're playing for pride to go back to school and hopefully brag about it a little bit until the next meeting. So the first attempt does not go at the line. And unfortunately tonight, she hasn't been really successful at the line. But let's see if she can turn that around with this next shot. And we'll stay hopeful. Something will happen in the future. But with that said, Langston turns it over yet again. So let's see if the Lions can build on this lead. They haven't scored in a little while. And we got another foul. So again, mark what I tell you, it's coming down to who can make the most free throws, because, yeah, we've seen a few shots here and there made by both teams. Most recently, Langston. We haven't seen Westlake make any shots in a while, but it's going to come down to these. So, again, this is something that a lot of teams practice a lot because they know how important these free throws are. So, again, you got to make these shots. And especially at this level, they're learning different routines to fix their shots and make them able to play at this level, and I guess, just make the best out of it. So with that said, here we go. One of my favorite free throw routines was whenever the legendary Jason Kidd would do his, where he would kind of kiss his hand, push it up to the sky, and then he would shoot. I wonder what that meant to him, and actually that's something that's probably online. I'll look at a documentary of his if that's up. But you gotta love the routine. So with that said, we got Chloe Dow at the line. She's got a nice routine. Let's see what she's able to do with it. So she misses that one, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. So the Lady Lions up by 3 as they lead the Panthers 8-5. So both ball clubs are definitely evenly matched. So you have the Westlake Lady Lions, they're leading. But again, 8 points is not going to win the game. So with that said, if I'm them, they have to set up a viable offense. So one thing that they've been doing a lot is they've been driving on the inside a little bit and trying to bank on the second and third shot opportunity, bank on that being open. But again, that's not going to win this game. They got to activate their shooters. So right now, I don't know who their shooters are. We're going to find out who they are in a little bit. But they need to get busy in the mid-range. Also, if I'm Langston hasn't been too successful with their shots, but they've made the most recent shots. So if I'm them, I would go back to the 3-ball a little bit, not too much, but as well, I would shoot at the mid-range level so they can get something going. So we'll see what they draw up as Langston brings in the ball. The three-pointer does not go, so just a little short. And also with Westlake, you got to stop those second chance opportunities. Stop those second chance opportunities. So right there, they got to have a dog-like mindset when it comes to getting that ball. And honestly, I don't think too many of them on either team has that right now. I'll say this, they both have the intensity to go after. You see the hunger out on the court, but at the same time, they have to work on developing that technique. All right, so that doesn't go. We got to, ooh. So that's another turnover by the Lady Lions, and it'll go back the other way. All right, so let's see what Langston is setting up. A little drive. They backpedal on that, and the 3 does not go. All right, so this is the prime play and a missed layup. So that was going to be a nice fast break point, but it's missed by the Lions. So again, that right there, you got to make those shots. It was wide open, ready for the taking, and it's another wasted possession. Oh. So a nice move on the inside. It looks like number 5 slipped, and it looks like she's feeling it in her ankle. So that's not good for the Lions. Hopefully they can clean that up on the court. But definitely you got to keep control of that ball. So ooh, and she went out of bounds on that, As people would say, you can't do that. So, but a nice effort though. But the Lions will get the ball back. So again, let's see what they can do with it. They've been scoreless for the last probably 3 or 4 minutes of the ball game. Ooh. Yeah, somebody needs to clean up the court because it's like people keep on slipping. As people slip, you got that ankle sweat and that calf sweat that gets on the floor. Oh my goodness, wow. That is a crazy pass. Oh my goodness, so we have an injury out there. She's not feeling good at all. We hope she's all right. She could have tore something or pulled something in her calf, it looks like. So she has the medical staff over there tending to her. All right, so Westlake has commenced play and it's stolen, another Westlake turnover. So this is costly for Westlake. You know, they have to get a hold on this game and they got to extend the lead because, again, they haven't scored in the last 3 to maybe even 5 minutes of the game. Oh, it's tied up. A big shot right there, and it is tied up for the first time tonight. So if Langston makes one more shot while stopping Westlake, they will have the first lead change of the night. So we got Langston on the verge of taking the lead. Oh, so another steal by Westlake. Westlake said, oh, and another steal by Langston. About to say that Westlake said no, but they said no right back. And a jump ball. So right now, Westlake, if I'm them, I would challenge them to figure out what they want out of this game. So with that said, if I'm Westlake, I'm thinking we got to do something. We got to make it go. What we're doing right now isn't working. We got to be a little outside of the box, but also not too far out, because the main part of it is you got to keep the fundamentals straight. And with that, you got Westlake tackling homegirl. It's too many fouls already. And that's one thing that's kind of killing the pace of the game, you know. So again, as you play hard, but you got to control the pace of the game. So right now, we got a timeout as the game is tied 8-8 with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in this first half. So again, Westlake, they've been in the driver's seat for a while this game, but they have not scored in a long time. So with them not scoring, that's dangerous because they put Langston in the position to come back. And that's just what Langston did. So if I'm Langston right now, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not feeling fazed by anything at all because the next team that makes a bucket is the team that's going to be leading the game. It is as simple as that. They're going to be the team that's leading the game. So with that said, we're going to see who wants it more in the next couple of seconds, because one thing that's going to be really important is who is going to be leading this game by half. So Langston Hughes for the inbound. Let's see what they do with it. A pass on the inside. And it's in there. So Langston up for the first time tonight. Langston up by 2. Now Westlake is going to have to dig themselves out of a small hole. Let's see if they can do it. And another risky pass. But Westlake is going to benefit from it because, again, the ball handling skills just are not there, because it makes no sense to run so fast with the ball. We love the hustle, but you got to control it. You got to control it. If you can't set your feet, let help come and pass it to them. And look at the flopping out there. And hopefully it's not flopping. So she looks like she is hurt. So that play, it happened really fast. She may have gotten hit in the face. Hopefully she's able to get back up. But the good thing is that she doesn't have any injury to her legs. She's not limping. That's great. So she'll be able to put a little ice on it and get back out there and go back at it. Oh, so we have another, actually no, so it's not a timeout, but instead it's a turnover. And there we go. So Langston gets the ball back with a chance to up the lead to 4. Oh, we got a steal, and it comes right back to Langston. Another reach at least to knock the ball out. All right, so the pass in is good. And a steal by Chloe Dow. So let's see if they can finish off the play. Oh, so it's going back the other way. And a nice defensive play. So you gotta love those fundamentals. I like that. Having your hands up, and the Westlake Lions, they get the ball as well. Because especially when you have those hands up clearly, it's harder for the refs to call the foul. All right, so tough pass on the inside. All right, and the pass in is good. And the three-pointer does not go, but not a bad shot selection. And the Lions get it back. Let's see if they can get this run going on the inside. Oh, Lord. A wide open layup. Ooh. Lord, this is a gauntlet out here. Back when we used to play wrestling games, especially on like the PS2 or even the PS3. One of the types of matches that we had was a slobber knocker. And that's what some of these hits look like. A battle of how much each person can take. So a nice fight for the ball, and they get the foul call. So right now, Westlake is at a crossroads, so they're down by 4. With a possible three-point play, they'll be down by 5 by chance if this free throw is made. So this is a tough part of the game and a pretty interesting turning point. So again, you got to give it up to the defense that's out there for Langston, because they prevented the Lions from getting any more points, and they played their way back into this game. But again, the Lions, they got to be really kicking and screaming at what's going on, because what they're doing out there is not a lack of effort, but again, they're not shooting as much on the outside. They're trying to drive a lot. They're missing these layups, especially on some wide open fast breaks. And if they would make those, they'd still be on top. So another steal by Langston. All right, so Langston is trying to feel it out. Ooh. So they get fouled, or actually, nope, they get fouled. So it'll be Langston with an attempt at the free throw line. So the first one doesn't go. Again, the Lions, they're down by 4. This is the biggest deficit that the Lions have been down by all night. Well, they're down by 4. So let's see what they can do. And, okay, so the deficit, nice save, but the deficit, it'll stay at 4 for now. So another fast break opportunity. So they're not able to finish on that one, and it looks like it'll be a travel. So with that one, you got to look at the teamwork. So right there, Westlake, they had they had 2 girls down there, so they could have easily passed it and laid it up. All right, so another fast break opportunity. Oh. So that's one of the keys to the game. If the Lions can knock down those fast breaks like it's nothing and be automatic, they be winning this game and handing it to them. So with that said, we'll see what Langston can do to answer it. So that shot doesn't go for them, and it's passed over the rim. And the third attempt, now they're going to get a 4th attempt. So a 3-pointer, that doesn't go. They're going to let them shoot all day. So looking at the Lions roster, one thing that they're missing right now is they need a nice big center in there to really level everything in the paint. And we got a foot fault on Westlake, so they give up the ball again. So again, as I was saying, for them, it'd be nice if they had a big to play on the inside and really level things in the paint. Because one of the areas that they're struggling in, which really there's not too many tall girls in this game or too many big girls in this game that can really kind of push people around. Oh, goodness. Again, it's getting physical again. That's just the game at this point. But yeah, with the lack of a presence of a big, I think that's one thing that they could benefit from, especially with getting the boards, getting those rebounds consistently. And that shot doesn't go for the Lions, but they get it back. So they ran out of time. So the Lions are down by 4 at half, so they'll be going maybe to the locker room, figure things out. So Coach Reeves is going to get them on the right track as they go and deliberate for halftime. But with that said, we have 4 minutes left, and it is again 8-12, the Lions trailing. So we'll hear from them in just a second. All right, so we're back in for the second half. So, starting off with the same physicality. Oh, so a nice move on the inside. So let's see if Westlake gets a no, so Westlake won't get that ball. Actually, no, Westlake will. So with that said, a nice hustle. And there you go. So that's exactly what Westlake needs to start this off. But more than just getting possession, so that's another jump ball, but more than just getting possession, they need to get it in the goal. So again, they can get as many steals as they want and fill up the stat sheet, but if they don't get points, it's pointless. All right, so we got a shot on the inside that doesn't go the first time. And it'll be Westlake's ball, so Westlake fortunate with that one. And again, that bunching up at the rim is what both teams are doing. And it really hasn't been proven to be successful tonight for either team. So with that said, you got to rely on skill. So I would say get some mid-range shots in there. Both teams seem to be filling up the inside. And you also, if you're Westlake, you got to be careful with those passes. Even a little fake here and there. You know, do something to get them off guard, but you can't just give it up. So finally, the drought is over. We got a bucket for Westlake, a much-needed bucket that puts them within 2 of tying the game, but that's what they need. All right, and a steal, so let's see if they can finish the fast break. And goodness, that has the crowd cringing. Again, they got the ability, but not being able to finish and just throwing the ball away, they would be more productive even if they just slow down, stop the ball, wait for some teammates to come around and make it. Or they could even go for a shot and just shoot it. All right, so another one. Let's see what they do with it. Oh, so another steal by Langston. And we got a double dribble. So that's it, the Lions will get it back. But again, the question is, what will they do with it? All right, so a pass, and it's deflected. The shot, it's almost there. Another shot, and the bounce doesn't go for them, but it'll be Westlake's ball again, so that's great. They get another opportunity, keep on getting their feet wet. And again, one thing that Coach Hank would say is even if you're not seeing much success with your first couple of shots, as long as you get a little closer each time, get that ball in, and then you can start backing up. All right, so it'll still be Westlake's ball. Got a little physical out there, a little hostile. So it seems like the ref is trying to calm them down. I could read his lips saying stop. So whatever it is, he's trying to distinguish the flames or extinguish the flames out there. And that one is no good for Westlake. So Langston Hughes looking to improve on the lead that they have. They're only up by 2, but this really hasn't been a high-scoring game, so 2 could probably win the game, you know, depending on how each team interacts. So we'll see what's going on. But with that said, Westlake, they get another one, and it looks like it's coming back. So again, I keep on talking about ball control. So first thing that I saw right there, and another trip out of bounds. So that's good defense for the Lions, you know, putting that pressure on them. But going back to the ball control, that's been one of the stories for really for both of these teams, is that they haven't really had good ball control, especially when they're running towards the rim. So with that said, just a little sprinkle of better decision making with the ball handling, and that would make all of the difference in this game. All right, so another turnover by Langston, and Westlake will have another opportunity. So fortunate, still down by 2, but with a made shot, they can tie the game. So they put a little too much on that pass, and Westlake Lions aren't able to come down with it, so it's going back Langston's way. So again, those turnovers, they can kind of still stay afloat during this quarter, but Langston is only 1 run away from breaking it open, you know. So if I'm the Lions, I'm like, you know, something's got to give. Both teams really haven't been too successful at the line, so even if it comes down to that and there's a lot of fouling, you really don't have any immediate threat of just being annihilated at the line, and especially tonight, the girl for Langston that's down there right now, she hasn't made any at the line, so we'll see if she can get that average up, and there we go. So finally one tonight. I know she is feeling good about that. Because again, sometimes you just got to see that ball go through. Let's see if she can have a perfect set right here. So not quite, but that's not bad at all. Improvement is good. And another Westlake turnover. So Westlake is down by 3. With 3 minutes and 44 seconds left, the 3 attempt, it doesn't go. Wow, so again, talk about the battle tonight. Not only are they going to have sore ankles, sore shins, but they're also going to have a sore back from falling so hard on the floor. Wow, so it's out of bounds, and it looks like it'll be Langston's ball again. All right, so we got a 3 attempt that's no good for Langston, and they get the ball back. So again, keep on talking about these second chance opportunities. And see, with that second chance opportunity, one of the jumpers is cash, you know. So with that said, Westlake down by 5. So they're going to have to put some more points on the board very, very soon. Ooh, so again, a travel right there. And the woes and penalties for Westlake, they keep on piling up. All right, and the shot attempt goes for Langston. So Westlake down by the biggest deficit of the night. They're down by 7. So that is terrible news for the Lions. They're going to have to do something quick. They're going to have to stop the bleeding, because if not, this is going to get out of hand. And just like you've seen the scoring drought for a while, they were at 8, and now, you know, probably a few minutes ago, they scored another basket, but they're going on another drought, and that's not good at all for them. Oh, and another turnover, you know. So this game has been very physical, but with that said, they're going to have to be better at just getting in there, getting that ball, and making it happen. So even if it's just spreading out the hands to make sure you got it, you know, almost holding it like a football for a little bit, do that, you know. But Langston is starting to get their rhythm, and it looks like Westlake is going to take a timeout. So if I'm Westlake, besides certain fundamental things, they need somewhat of a boost, a pep, because right now they're really not out there with too much energy. It's like they're just going through the motions, and it needs some of that intensity back, you know, because again, this game is still open for anybody to take it over, but they got to get back in it at some point, because if they don't, it could be a wrap very soon. So Westlake Lions are down by the biggest deficit of the night, with them being down by 9 points, but it's still anybody's game. But they're going to have to stop all of those turnovers. And another Westlake turnover, but they get it back. And they're going to look back on this, and really in the next practice, if I'm their coach, I'm practicing on how to not have as many turnovers, but it comes back to ball handling skills. Because if they can make every possession count, they may not score every time, but if they can set up some quality looks and at least master that, they'll be doing really well. And there we go, another made bucket as Westlake is down by 11. And the lead just keeps on growing, because you have Langston that's gotten in their groove. They finally got settled, and they stole another one. So again, it hasn't been a perfect performance by them tonight, but man, they're piling it on, and Westlake isn't answering. So the three-point attempt does not go. Hits the top of the rim. Oh. So that's like a knuck if you buck type of feel right there. Uh-oh. So we got the ref that's getting a little stern out there. All right, so let's see if Westlake can get on the board. This is one of those games where you're playing for pride, but it seems like some of the Lions are just getting a little frustrated. But with that said, this is one of those times where it's still very, very early in the game, so they got 1 quarter left. All they got to do is get their mind right and pace it. But the number one thing is they got to handle that ball. If they don't do that and keep on coughing it up, you're giving away all of the opportunities. So Westlake is going back the other way. A pass on the inside, and it's almost there. So Chloe gets the ball back. So let's see if they can set it up. And the shot does not go. Oh, so we got a foul call. So that's not bad at all. You know, I like the mid-range attempts out there. I think that was a good start because they really got to get that going. So definitely throwing it up, getting a little acclimated to it, feeling it out for what the rim feels like. But after that, you know, once they get acclimated, if they do it enough, they can get that going just like Langston has gotten that going, and they can get some positive action on the boards. So let's see the first attempt. And the first attempt is no good for Westlake. Again, both teams have been struggling from the line. They need to at least split the pair. But right here, these free throws are important. And the second one is missed as well. So another struggle at the line for the Lions. But the first successful fast break of the night. The crowd loves it. That's what we like to see. All right, so a three-pointer, it doesn't go for Langston. And a travel by Westlake. So with that said, they get the rebound, but then they give it back. All right, so just a little scoring update. We have Langston up 21-12. So the Lions have brought it back down to 9. But in these last couple of seconds of the third quarter, they're going to need to really put in some work, and especially in the first part of the fourth quarter to make this work. So we'll see what they put together. But I think more plays on the inside when it's open are great. But also, as you're making these layups or attempting them, you have to look at your target. So, of course, be aware of the defense, but look at that target. So with that said, we got another attempt by Langston. It's no good, but Langston gets it back. The second attempt, kind of wrestling out there, and Westlake gets it, but a trap, a three-way trap. Wow, that almost got dangerous out there with that one. So Westlake called a timeout to prevent the turnover. But that one, it was a tough one to look at, you know, because if that timeout wasn't called, it could have gone a totally different way. So with that said, Westlake down 21-12 with 2.2 seconds left if we look at that. So again, 2.2 seconds left in the third quarter. So keys to the game, definitely for Langston. They just got to play good defense if they want to win this game. Make about one more shot, but the way they're playing, just play good defense, and this game is as good as theirs. But on the other hand, the Lions, their key to success is they're going to have to start making these shots. So number one, any fast break points that are available, get down the court, run fast, but once you get to about the foul line, control it. That's all you got to do. Control it. So that's the end of the third. So just a second, we'll be in the fourth quarter, which is the last quarter. Usually at the Lions Den, Lady Lions, they'll say fourth quarter, Lions quarter, and hopefully that's what happens tonight. So with that said, as they're getting set up, we can't go without giving a shout out to our Lady Lions. So the pulse of the game, the cheerleaders. So again, a shout out to the cheer babes. So with that said, just in a few seconds, the Lions only have 7 minutes left to win this game. So again, they're only down by 9. This is the second largest deficit that they've had of the night. But the question is, can they score? And they can, but they gotta get some high percentage shots. So number one, in the paint, they can't throw up anything and expect that to go in. Just at the rudiments of it, that doesn't work, because basketball to a certain extent is about aiming the ball. So if you don't look at where you're aiming it, how do you know where it's going? So definitely, first off, they got to take a little time, breathe a little bit, aim it, get it in there, and at least have a quality attempt, because just throwing it up, as we've seen before, it's not going to cut it. But also, get active in the mid-range game. So we got a three-point attempt that doesn't go for Langston. And it looks like Langston will go to the line. All right, so again, this is not much of a threat tonight, but the young lady down there, she's been decent from the free throw line, so she'll probably make the first one, and surprisingly, she does not. So she's kind of clearing her head to rethink things and get her mind right. So she's definitely looking to split the pair, and doesn't get that one. And she's in there hustling for the ball. So what it's looking like, just looking at her form with that one, is that she was shooting too much from her legs and leaning forward. So when you speak about this part of the game, you think about rhythm and you think about good habits. And right there, definitely, we gotta stop the careless passing, you know. Look, fake it, but be a little, you know, a little more methodical about how you shoot. All right, so Langston in on it again, a pass on the inside. There you go. That looks like a high-quality play right there and a high-quality look. Almost like a little give and go, pushing it on the outside so that you can get the defense to go out and then getting it back on the inside. So the Lions cough the ball back up, and they're also down by 11 yet again. So with that said, they got 6 minutes left in the game, but there's no telling what's going to happen. So there's only so many opportunities that you have before the well runs dry. All right, so Langston is looking to improve the current lead that they have. And the three-pointer doesn't go, but they get another attempt. So again, the Lions, they're going to have to stop the second and third shot opportunities. They got to get assertive out there, and they got to get a handle on that ball. Because if they don't do that, and they keep on giving them third and fourth and fifth chance opportunities, they're going to start making those shots just because they're going to get comfortable. And we've seen that already with at least 5 of the 11 points that Langston has gotten. It's been from getting those second chance looks and getting that rhythm in there. So they got to do something. right, so it looked like it was going to be a three-point attempt, but Langston will rethink it. Uh-oh. Somebody got caught with their hands in the cookie jar doing something that they weren't supposed to, and it'll go back Westlake's way. So again, we've been saying it all night, but Westlake needs to capitalize on this. So they're down by 11. They still got time, at least 5 minutes left in the game, but they got to hurry up. They can't have any careless passes because that's just going to cough up the ball. So not too bad of a pass on the inside, but it ends in a turnover because the ball went out of bounds. And Langston is going to have another crack at it. So Westlake going the other way. And a possibility for the and one. So that play right there is giving the Westlake side some life, and everything is quiet in the gym. So everybody is quiet to kind of make it a little nerve-wracking at the line. But let's see if Westlake can complete the three-point play. All right, so not that time, but hopefully they'll have more. And a travel, so that is great news for Westlake. Let's see if they can at least get up on that. So Westlake down by about 9. Is the time to bring it to 7. Oh, so we have a block shot out there. All right, and Langston is pushing it on the inside, so definitely got to love that offensive set, even though it could have been executed a little better, at least with people with their heads up on the inside, and maybe even a Langston point guard just kind of working out that communication with them. That could have been an easy layup on the inside because they were in position, but just kind of sleep back there. But not a bad play at all. Let's see if the Lions can get a high-powered offense going as well. Ooh. Oh, snap, another steal. And boom, there we go. They laid her out. Oh, come on, hustle. And no. So again, more struggles out there. So that was easily, it could have easily been 2 points, but it doesn't end that way right there. So definitely one of the keys to practice, especially throughout the rest of this week as they prepare for their next team. I believe they play Banneker on Saturday. So definitely before that game, they got to work on those ball handling skills and just controlling the ball. There we go. That's what we like to see. That's how you do it. So a great layup right there. And actually in this game, we look to see more from her. You know, especially if she can control it like that, feed her the ball, get her on that fast break and let her do her magic. But that right there is a thing of beauty that we all love to see. All right, so Westlake back on offense with a little over 3 minutes left in the game. Still down considerably. All right, and it's going to be a jump ball. And it's going Langston's way. All right, and it's in there, so driving it up the court. All right, so they go to the side. A travel. So Westlake has an opportunity. They're not down by too many. Maybe they're down by around 7-ish. So with that said, there's opportunity to bring it possibly down to around 6. I'm sorry, around 5. Drive on the inside. So we got the foul. Now again, if I'm Langston, just like vice versa, I'm not going to be too afraid of the foul line because both teams really haven't been doing well from there. But with that said, this is where if I'm Westlake, I need to make that change, and I need to make both of these shots. It's the fourth quarter, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Both of these free throws are crucial. So again, breathe in, breathe out, take your time. So the first one doesn't go, but that's all right, somewhat at this part in the game, but they got to do this consistently. So with that said, they got to dig back in that routine and make it happen. Let's see if she can connect on the second one. Oh, that's a tough one. They get the rebound, and we got a jump ball. All right, so they're back at it. And let's see, that should be Westlake's ball. Looking at the posture. All right, so boom, and it doesn't go. The girls, they get it back, and it's hit out of bounds. It'll be Westlake's ball. So they got another opportunity, but Father Time is calling, so they got to make something quick. But I would say on this possession, they can't settle for not getting points. And another turnover. All right, so they do a little pass back and forth. Right, they're moving it. They're moving the pace of it. So it looks like Langston is trying to hold the ball a little bit, waste a little time. There's no shot clock in the way. So they're looking for the Lions to press them a little bit. And let's see if the Lions can put some pressure on them. And they attract the foul that they don't need. But again, as I've been saying all broadcast, if I'm either team, I'm not afraid of the other team getting to the foul line because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to make the shot. So a pass on the inside, and it's no good for Langston. Let's see if Westlake gets it back. So look at the teams. Don't think about yourself. Oh, man. So that was almost in there. All right, we got a block. And the shot does not go for Langston in the corner, but they get the foul call. So an update on the score again. With 1 minute and 11 seconds left, the Lions are down 23-16. So Langston to attempt at the line, and everybody is quiet. It's a nice little custom. For the Langston Hughes Panthers, I don't know what you call them. At least I don't know what you call this place. You know, the Lions, they're in the den. I guess the Panthers Forest, if we want to call it that. With that said, they got another attempt out there. So they were successful on the first one. Let's see if she can do it again. And she does. So with that said, Langston is still in command. So they're back up by around 9. All right, so the ball is going back the other way, but it'll go back again as Westlake gives up another one. So all right, so the Panthers are back in command. Ooh, it's getting a little physical out there. So there we go. We got a little game of keep away going on. All right, so they're trying to run it up and keep it away. Oh, so we got the Lions on the offensive, and they're trying to just get that in there. So they're going to set something up, but they got to do something quick. They only got 27 seconds left in the game. And the shot goes. And this is a tough one right here because they made the shot. 9 times out of 10, they're still down considerably. So the odds of them being able to come all the way back mixed with how often they've been able to score is not really likely, but it's exciting to get that at the end because at least it makes the Westlake crowd feel good to get some highlights. And she completes the 3-point play. So it looks like Langston is going to play a little game of keep away, and the Lions take it. All right, only 10 seconds left. They got to shoot. All right, and this game is over.